Hello students, welcome to Java programming course. So till now we discussed about the unit 1 and unit 2. In unit 1 we are discussing about the fundamental basics of Java programming. In unit 2 the basic needs used for the Java programming, those are objects, class declaration, how to create an object, and method overloading, and constructor overloading, right? In unit 3, so these are the key concepts, those are inheritance, abstract class, interfaces, packages, exception handling. These are very important while we are developing the applications. Let's see the contents of this unit. This entire unit is divided into 5 chapters. In the first one, introduction of inheritance. In this introduction of inheritance, we are discussing about what? Types of inheritance. And next followed by super keyword and final keyword. And next, method overriding. In this introduction of inheritance chapter. The next chapter is what? Abstract class. In this abstract class chapter, we are going to discuss about the how to create abstract class, and next one is how to declare abstract method. The next one is what is the difference between concrete class and abstract class. The next chapter is interfaces. Here, before going to interface, here the drawback of one of the inheritance is multiple inheritance doesn't support in Java, but it is possible with the help of interface. We are discussing that particular multiple inheritance concept using interface. So in this interface chapter, we will cover the what? Multiple inheritance concept. The next one is what is the difference between abstract class and interfaces. The next we follow the next chapter is packages. This is very important. So here packages means till now in unit 1 and unit 2 we are discussing about the what? Predefined packages, right? But here we are discussing about the in detail about the what are the existing packages available, and the next how to create a user defined package means ourselves we have to create our own package. So here we are learning about those two topics in this packages chapter. Then so next chapter is exception handling. So what is the meaning of an exception? An exception means an abnormal condition, means it stops the flow of execution of a program. So that type of concepts we are learning in this exception handling. Means exception means an abnormal condition. It stops the flow of execution, means maybe a logical errors are there, maybe a syntax errors are there. Those type of errors we are handling in this chapter, exception handling, and also we will discuss about the types of exception handling. So these are the contents in this unit 3. So next we go for the first topic is what? Introduction of inheritance. So we will discuss about the particular topic. Here introduction of inheritance. Same thing we are already discussed in the unit 1. So in unit 1 we are discussing about the what? Pillars of object oriented programming. Those pillars also we call as what? We have 4 pillars. The first one is what? Abstraction. Next one encapsulation. Next one inheritance. The next polymorphism. So those are the what? 4 pillar system. So here we are discussing about the what? Inheritance. In that particular unit 1 we are discussing about the inheritance with an example is what? Birds, right? Birds are classified into flying bird, non-flying bird, right? Here I am going to discuss about the one more example, like one of the application like person. So before that, what is the meaning of inheritance? Inheritance means what? Acquire the properties and behavior from parent class to subclass. We call as inheritance. Means here we are using the which keyword? Extends. Extends keyword is used for acquiring the properties from superclass to subclass. So here the keyword is what? Extends. So extends keyword is what? We are used to what? Acquire the properties from superclass to subclass. Here this is the example of inheritance. Here I am taking the one example is person. Person is one of the class. This is we call as what? One of the class. Here one more class we are taking what? Student is one more class, and one more is what? Teacher is one more class. Doctor is one more class. Here I declare different class. This is one of the class C1. This is one more class C2. This is one more class C3. Here C1 is means what? Student class. C2 is what? Teacher class. C3 is what? Doctor class. Here this person is the main class, means base class. We call as this class we call as what? Base class. Base class. Also we call as what? Super class. Also we call as what? Parent class. Okay, so whatever the properties we declared in the base class or super class or parent class, Same properties may be useful in the further application. Means in student also contains the, here what are the properties we declared in the person class? Name of a person, age of a person, gender of a person. These are the what? Attributes. This is we call as what? All these are what? Attributes. Also we call as properties. What are these? Eat, walk, all these are what? Methods, are also we call as actions. Means here I declare one class, that class name is what? Person. Here I am declaring three attributes. What are the three attributes? Name, age, gender. What are the actions or methods we are used in this person class? Eat and walk. Here I am going to use three more classes. Those are what? Student, teacher, doctor. Student, here I am declaring some more properties. What? Student is going for one program and student is studying some year. Next, student is performing, study is the one of the action. Here held exam is one of the actions. These are the attributes and properties and attributes and methods of a student class. Here teacher is what? One more class. Here designation salary is attributes of teacher class. And here teach and take exam are what? Actions, also we called as methods of teacher class. One more here, one more class is what? Doctor. Doctor, what are the attributes in the doctor class? Designation, salary. And what are the methods or actions of doctor class? Check up and prescribe. Here, my question is, here student requires name, age, gender, right? And also teacher requires name, age, gender. Here doctor requires name, age, gender. Here no need to declare the same attributes again and again for the student class, teacher class, doctor class. So here I am not using all these things right here, but we can adopt, we can inherit all these properties into our subclass with the help of what? Inheritance concept, by using the keyword extends. By using the keyword extends. So by using this keyword, we can acquire or also we can acquire or we can extend whatever the properties we declared in the person class. Same thing we can use in this child class. Also we call as subclasses. No need to declare the same properties again and again. So that is the beauty of the inheritance concept. Okay. So let's go to the one by one. Here the parent class is also known as what? Base class, super class. Next, the derived class is also known as what? Derived class, also we call as subclass, also we call as what? Child class. Next, we go for syntax. So what is the syntax is generally followed? Class, super class. Here I am going for super class, also we call as what? Base class, also we call as parent class. Also we call as parent class. Okay, here I declare some properties or actions, okay, like this. Next, I go for, I am creating a new class, that is subclass, class sub. Here I am using which keyword? Extends. What is the reason? We are telling about the what? Inheritance concept. For inheritance, we are using the extends keyword. By using extends, whatever the properties or actions we are declared in the super class, same thing we are copied into, same thing we are acquired into what? Subclass. That is the reason we are using the extends keyword. So class super, class sub, extends super. Next, we can declare any one of the properties or methods. So these properties are acquired into here and remaining the set of properties what we are declaring in the subclass also followed. So this is the simple syntax of what? Declaration of inheritance. So here which keyword we are using? Extends keyword. Extends is the what? Keyword used to inherit the properties of a class. So this is the syntax of how to acquire the properties from superclass to subclass. So this is the one of the example. Here, check it here, I declared one class. Name of the class is what? Parent. So this is the name of the class. Here I declared one method. Method also we call as what? Action. What is the method here? P1. Inside P1, I am writing what? I am displaying parent method. Okay, here in parent class, I am using what? One method. What is the method contains here? We are simply displaying the parent method. Here, next, I am declaring one more class. The class name is what? Child. Okay, here whatever the properties or methods we declared, those things I am going to inherit into what? Child class. So for that purpose, I am using the extends keyword. So extends parent. So whatever the properties or methods, those are acquired into what? Child class with the help of extends keyword. The next, void C1. So one more method I am going to use in my child class. What is the method here? C1. Inside this system.out.println child method. This method is belongs to child. But here we are acquiring the parent class method, that is what? P1. Now child class contains C1 method and also P1 method. So that is the beauty of inheritance. Here now, here I am going to declare what? Public static void main string args. This is the main method declaration. Next we are following the what? Inside child class, I want to invoke some methods. For that purpose, we are creating the object for which class? Child class. So child, this is the COBJ means what? Child object equal to new child. By using this object, we can what? Call the what? The methods are variables inside the child class. So here COBJ dot C1 means this method is invoked. Next COBJ P1. So P1 is what? P1 belongs to what? Parent class. But here inside our child class we are what? Calling the P1 method. So with the help of what? Inheritance concept by using extends keyword. So this is a simple example of inheritance. So clear, right? So here we will get the what answer? First one, this method is invoked. What is the first method here? C1. So output is what? Child method. Output is child method. Next, what is the next one here? C obj dot P1. What is the P1 here contains? Parent method. So next parent method is displayed. Next parent method is what? Displayed. So this is about a simple example of inheritance. Okay, next we go for one more here, another example of inheritance here. Here I am declaring one more example, same parent. Parent is the name of the class. Inside parent, in previous example we are using what? Method. But in this example I declared two variables. First variable is what? ID, integer, contains 11 is the data. Here string name, Adil. So this is the name of the particular variable. Next here, this class I am going to use in the child class. What is the child class here? Child. By using the extends keyword, we are acquiring the properties of entire the parent class into what? Child class or subclass. By using the extends keyword here parent. So parent is the name of the class. Next, public void display. Here I am going to display some content. So what are the content here? System.out.println ID is, but ID belongs to what? Parent class. But here without writing the ID again here, I am simply what? Inheriting, acquiring the properties into what? Child class. By using here extends keyword. Simple. System.out.println ID is. What is the ID here? 11. Next one, system.out.println name is. Here name belongs to what? Parent. But we are what? We are doing what? Acquiring the properties from superclass to subclass. So name is here Adil. Adil is here displayed. Next, public static void main string args. Here we are creating an object for which class? For child class. What is the reason? Now child class contains the properties of child class and also the properties of parent class. So here I am going to create an object for child class. What is the object here? Obj. So obj.display. It calls which method here? Inside the child class of display method. Display, what are the content it will display? ID is 11, name is Adil. So this is the what? Output. So clear, right? Here parent is the base class, also we called as superclass. Here child is the subclass, also we call as what? Derived class. So this is the one more example of inheritance. So clear, right? Next we go for what are the different types of inheritance we have. Here, based on the number of ways inheriting the features of base class into derived class, we have 5 types of inheritance. Those are single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, next one hierarchical inheritance, the next one multiple inheritance, the last one is hybrid inheritance. Let's see the one by one. The first one is what? Single inheritance. So what is the meaning of a single inheritance? Means when a class extends another one class only, then we call it as single inheritance. Means here take one example here. From this example, here we are declaring one class. So class A. Here one more class we are declaring, that is class B. Means if class B extends here, class B extends another class. So another class is what? Class A. Means this is a simple example for single inheritance. Means one class acquire the properties from one more class we called as single inheritance. So that is the meaning of this statement. When a class extends another one class only, then we call it as single inheritance. This is the example for what? Single inheritance. Means class B extends the properties from class A. So this is the example. Next, here from this diagram, Class B extends only one class, which is what? Class A, right? Here A is a what? Parent class of class B. B is a what? Child class of class A. So this one we called as a what? Parent class. Also we called as base class. Base class. Okay. What about this one? This one we called as child class. Also we called as subclass. Okay. So this is about the what? A simple definition of single inheritance. So let's go for the syntax of how we are using this single inheritance. Means here I am declaring one class A, some of the properties here we are declared, and next one class B extends class A. Means what? Here one class B extends only the properties from only one class. So this is the example of what? A single inheritance concept. Next we go for the example, programming example. Here this is the example of single inheritance. What is the meaning of single inheritance? Acquire the properties from superclass to child class, we called as single inheritance. Here we are using which keyword? Extends keyword. So check the example here, class A. So A is the name of the class. Inside this I am declaring one variable, that is data. So value is what? 10. Here inside one class I am using one variable, that is data equal to 10. What is the next one? Class B extends superclass. What is superclass here? A. A is the superclass. Now B is the subclass. Also we call as child class. Here public void display system.out.println data is here. What is the data here? 10. How we are getting this 10? By using inheritance concept, that is extends keyword. So we are acquiring the properties from parent class to child class. So here I am declaring what? Main statement, public static void main string args. What is the purpose of this statement? It is a starting point of execution of any program. Here this is the syntax of declaration of main statement. Okay. Next, here we are creating an object for this child class. Why not parent class? We want to display the what? This content. That is the reason we are declaring object for class B. B is the what? Child class. So B obj equal new B. Here obj means what? Object of class B. So by using object we are calling the what? Display method. So this method is called. So obj dot display. So it will display the what? Data is 10. Here this is the example. Here same thing. Here data 10 is copied into here. The next one obj dot display means what? It will display the what? This content inside this method content. What is the content here? Data is here 10. So data is 10 is the output of this simple example. So this is the example for single inheritance. Okay. Next we go for one more example of single inheritance, that is here same program, here class faculty. One more program, class faculty. Here I declare salary is 30,000. So simple example. This is we call as what? Parent class. Also we call as base class. Okay. This class I want to use in some more class. Here what? Class science. This is what? Child class. Also we call as derived class. It is going to extends faculty. So what are the properties we declared? Those properties we are used in the science class. So that is the reason we are using extends keyword and followed by the parent class name. What is the name of the parent class? Faculty. So here next, inside child class we can declare the properties, we can declare the what? Actions. Also we called as methods. Okay. Here I am using what? Float bonus equal to 2000. Extra we have what? Salary, and also we are declaring one more field is what? Bonus. Now science class contains salary and also it contains bonus. Now I am going to use main statement, that is public static void main string args. Here I am creating an object for what? Science class. So science obj equal to new science. Okay. By using this object we can what? Call this variable also salary variable. How to call? System.out.println obj.salary. Obj for what? We are creating an object for science class. The science class contains what are the data variables it contains? Salary data and also bonus data. That is the reason obj.salary I am calling. What is the next one? obj.bonus. So here this is the output. Here it calls what? obj.salary. What is the salary? 30,000. this variable data is available in the what? Science class. What is the reason? With the help of extends keyword, means inheritance concept. Next, obj dot bonus. What is the bonus here? 2000. So this is the output of this program. So this is the example of what? Single inheritance. What is the next one? Multi-level inheritance. So what is the meaning of multi-level inheritance? In multi-level inheritance, there exists a single base class and a single derived class and multiple intermediate base classes. So that is the meaning of multi-level inheritance. For example, here from the below this diagram, here class C, class C inherits properties from class B. Okay. Here next, class B inherits properties from class A. Okay. Next, what is the next one? Which means B is a parent of class C. Why? Because class C extends the or acquire the properties from class B, means what? Class C now child class, class B act as a parent class. What is the next one here? Class B acquire the properties from class A. Now B is the child of class A, but A is the parent of class B. Okay, here one base class, one derived class, we can use multiple intermediate base classes. This is the example of what? Multi-level inheritance. Okay, syntactical manner, what is the representation of multi-level inheritance? Here, this is the example, class A. Here, class B extends A, class B extends A. So this is the syntax, right? Next, class C extends B, class C extends the properties from class B. So this is the syntax of what? Multi-level inheritance. What is the meaning here? A is the what? Parent of class B. A is the parent of class B. What is the next one? B is child of class A. So B is child of class A and parent of class C. So class B is extensive properties from class A. What is the next one here? C is child class of B. So class C is child class of class B, right? So class C extends B. So one more here, whatever the properties we are getting here, class B getting means whatever the properties we declared here, these properties are available here, and also here whatever the properties from here and here, those properties from properties of A and properties of B, same thing, both available in the what? Class C. That is the beauty of multi-level inheritance. Means class A properties, class B properties are available in the class C. So that is the meaning of multi-level inheritance. Let's see the example program. So here, this is the example program of multi-level inheritance. Let's see what is the example here. Here I am declaring one class, that is what? A. Same thing, whatever discussed in the previous single level inheritance, same thing here also. Class A, here I declared one variable, that is data. So in A class contains the what is the data here? One variable, that is data equal to 10. Next, class B. Class B extends which class? Class A. So now A is the what? Parent class, B is child class. So here whatever the properties we declared in the parent class, same thing available in the class B. But here I am not using anything, right? Here class B contains this data equal to 10. Next, class C extends B. Whatever the data available in the B means what? Data from the A and B contains A data and B data. Now class C extends class B. So B data is available in the C. So those are acquired into class C. Here public void display. Here I am going to declare one method inside the class C. So that is display method. Here system.out.println data is. What is the data available here in class B? Here data means what? 10. So 10 is displayed. It's a simple program, right? We can also declare any one of the methods or variables here. We can acquire into class C. So that is the meaning of multi-level inheritance. We are using main statement, public static void main string aux C obj equal to new C. Why? Here we are creating an object for what? Here C obj equal to new C. Okay. We are creating an object for what? Class C. So obj dot display, this method is called. So inside this method, what statement we are using? System.out.println data is. What is the data here? 10. 10 is what? Displayed. Here class B inherit the properties of class A. Class B inherit the properties of class A and class C inherit the properties of class B. So class C inherits the properties of class B, means class C now contains the properties of A and the properties of B. So that is the meaning of multi-level inheritance. So what is the output here? 10 is the output. Here we are not using anything right inside the class B, right? Inside the class C only we are declaring what? Only method is display. Okay, we can write any number of methods or any variables inside the class B. Now class A properties and class B properties are available in the what? Class C. So this is the meaning of multi-level inheritance. Next we go for next type of inheritance is what? Hierarchical inheritance. So what is the meaning of hierarchical inheritance? Means in this inheritance multiple classes inherits from a single class. So here single class is what? This class, class A. Multiple classes are acquire the properties of a single class. This class we call as what? A parent class. Means in hierarchical inheritance we have one parent class and multiple child classes. One base class, multiple derived classes. One superclass, multiple subclasses. So that is the meaning of hierarchical inheritance. Means here there is one superclass and multiple subclasses. For example, here from this diagram, when a same class is having more than one subclass, here from this diagram, when a same class is having more than one subclass or more than one subclass has the same parent class, we called as hierarchical inheritance. What is the meaning of hierarchical inheritance? From this diagram, when a same class is having more than one subclass or when more than one subclass have same parent class, we called as hierarchical inheritance. Clear, right? So this is the syntax of declaration of hierarchical inheritance. What is the syntax here? Class A, here class B extends class A. What is the next one? Class C extends class A, not class B. If it is class B, it is multi-level inheritance. So here class B, class C, class D, for all the classes only one is the same class, that is the what? Class A. Means multiple number of subclasses have only one superclass. That is the meaning of hierarchical inheritance. Clear, right? Here from this, A is a parent class of what? Class B, C, D. Okay, here B is the child class of what? A. Here C is the child class of A. Here D is the child class of A. Clear, right? From this, A is the parent class, remaining all are what? Child classes. Okay, so this is about the what? Hierarchical inheritance. Let's see the example program of hierarchical inheritance. So this is the example program. From this program, check it here. Here I declared A is the main class, also we called as base class. Inside this class, I declared data equal to 10. Okay, here class B extends A, means class B, it is going to extend from A. Okay, here what are the properties you declared inside the class A? Data equal to 10. So now data equal to 10 is available in the class B. Next, class C. Class C extends the what? Properties from A. So C gets the properties from A. So what? Here it contains what? Data equal to 10. Here also same. It contains data equal to 10. What is the reason? Whatever the properties we declared in the base class, those properties available in the multiple child classes. So now it contains, class B contains data equal 10, class C contains data equal 10. What is the next one here? Class D extends A, means same property. What is the property here? Data equal to 10. Data equal 10 is also available in the class D. Same thing. Class D extends the property from A. So this is meaning of what? Hierarchical inheritance. Here public, this is the main statement, right? Public static void main string aux. Here I am creating an object for class B, class C, class D. What is the reason? For individual all the classes we have the parent class data, right? Here class B contains data equal to 10, class C contains data equal to 10, also class D also contains the data equal to 10. Here we are creating an object for class B, class C, class D. So next, system.out.println, I am going to display object1.data. Object1.data means what? It calls this method. What is the next one? Object2. Object2 we are creating for which class? Class C. So it calls this class. Okay. So object2 data means what? It calls the class C. Next, system.out.println, object3 dot data means what? It calls the which class? This class. So all the classes contain the same data. So what is the output here? Data in the class B is 10, C is 10, D is 10. What is the reason? Same properties, what are the property we declared in the class A is available in the class B, class C, class D. So that is the reason answer is what? Common for all the classes. So this is the example for what? Hierarchical inheritance. Okay. Next we go for one more type of inheritance, that is what? Multiple inheritance. This is very, very important. So next type is what? Multiple inheritance. Means in Java programming, multiple inheritance is not supported, but it is done with the help of by using the interface concept. But in general, multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. The reason is, for example, from this diagram here, check it. Consider class A is there. Here one of the class is what? Class A. One more class is class B. Here one more class is class C. According to from this diagram, class C acquire the properties from class A and class B. For example, just assume here I am declaring one method is class A, one more method is B. Okay, these two methods are belongs to class A. Here I am declaring one more method, that is C. Here one more method is D. Okay, here class C, I can acquire the properties from class A and class B. Means we can acquire the A method, B method, C method, D method. If you are following this approach, there is no problem. For example, if I am following one more concept, if I am declaring A method here, B method here, same methods I am declaring in the class B also, A method, B method. Inside A method, for example, inside this A method, I am writing one statement is hello. Just assume hello. Inside B method, I am writing welcome. Just assume. Okay, same thing here. Inside A method in the class B, I am declaring Vignan. Just assume. Inside B method, I declared, for example, Vizag. Okay, method names are same, but inside the content is different. But here, class C may get confused. Which method I want to call? A method or B method? Belongs to class A or class B? So that is the means what? Ambiguity problem. So class C may get confused. Which method I have to call? This type of problems are not possible with the help of in Java with the help of classes. But this problem is solved by using the interface concept. I will discuss this interface concept in the coming lecture. Okay. So this is about the what? Multiple inheritance. What is the meaning of multiple inheritance? It means one class acquire the properties on two base classes. Here base class what? Class A is the base class, class B is the base class. So here class C inherit the what? Properties of both class A and class B. So that is the main drawback. The drawback is what? If both the classes contains the same method, there may be an ambiguity. The class C may get confused with which method I have to call. So that is the main drawback of multiple inheritance in Java using classes. It is solved with the help of interface concepts. So this is very, very important when we are going for any interview. They may ask why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. The answer is what? It consider what? A scenario. From this scenario, here A, B, C are what? Three classes. Class C inherit the A and B classes. If A and B classes have the same method, same example what we discussed, same method, you call it from the child class object, there will be a what? What is the problem? Ambiguity problem. So that is the main drawback of multiple inheritance in Java. Next we go for example of multiple inheritance. Here class A contains what? Message. So one of the class is what? A, it contains message method. Okay, one more class I declare class B. So one more class is B. Here also I am using the same method. That is the ambiguity, right? What is the message here? What is the method here? Message. But inside message, here I declared hello. Here inside message I declared welcome. So from this point of view, the string is what? Hello. From this point of view, the string is what? Welcome. Okay. So method name is same, but purpose is different. Here class C, one more class I am using, that is class C. So class C extends A and B. So both the classes. Okay. Inside this I am creating one object, that is what? C obj equal new C. Here obj dot message. Here the problem is what? Ambiguity. This one I called, otherwise this one I called. Which one? So that is the meaning of what? Now which message method would be invoked? That is the ambiguity problem. This problem is not supported in Java. So that is the reason multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. This is possible with the help of interface concept. So this is about the what? Multiple inheritance in Java. Next we go for the last type of inheritance is hybrid inheritance. It is a combination of previously learned inheritance types, right? What are the types? Single, multi-level, multiple and hierarchical. Any combination of any of these four we call as hybrid inheritance. For example, here class A acquire, here class B, class D, class D. Here class B and class A acquire the properties from same class. We call as what? Hierarchical. Here class D acquire the properties from two parent class, we call as multiple. But multiple is not supported in Java, right? So that is the reason hybrid inheritance also not possible in Java. It is possible with the help of interface concepts. So this is about the what? Hybrid inheritance. Next we go for what are the advantages and disadvantages of inheritance concept. So what are the advantages here? If we are developing any application using inheritance concept, so these are the advantages. Okay, first one is here application development time is less. The reason is what? We are reducing the number of lines of code. Why? Because no need to write the code again and again. So that is the beauty of inheritance, right? So it reduces the what? Time. And also it reduces the what? Memory also. Why? Because number of lines of code is less. What is the next one? Application execution time is less. What is the reason? When compared to more number of lines of code, we are reducing the number of lines of code. If the number of lines of code is less, the time taken to execute the particular application is also less. So this is the execution time is less. What is the next one? Application performance is improved. What is the reason? With the help of inheritance concept, if you are calling the multiple methods again and again, so it will solve the problem, right? So that is the reason application performance is improved. Next one, redundancy of the code is reduced and minimized so that we get consistent results and less storage cost. The simple reason is what? No need to write the code again and again. So these are the advantages of inheritance. What are the drawback of inheritance? That is, inheritance base class and child class are tightly coupled. Here, for example, if you change the code of the parent class, for example, we are using A, B, for example, C. Okay. For example, if you are acquire the properties from A to B, from B acquire the properties from A, C acquire the properties from B. For example, if we are changing any method data inside the A, it will affect the B and also it will affect the C. So that is the main drawback of inheritance. So here, if you change the code of the parent class, means this part, this parent class, it will get the affected to the what? All the child classes. B class is affected, C class is affected. So that is the main drawback of what? Inheritance concepts. So this is about the inheritance. So what are the types of inheritance? We have 5 types: single level, multi-level, multiple, hierarchical, hybrid. So this is about our unit 3 first topic, that is inheritance concept. Thank you.